Okay, so this is the second week of the Yetfa Bible study. And I thought before we head over there, perhaps I'll give a brief explanation about what we actually do during the Bible study. Now, of course, we open with prayer, and then we'll sing a couple of worship songs in Yetfa. And then the leader, last week that was me, this week it'll be Jeri. The leader will read the entire passage from beginning to end one time. And then he'll read through it again more slowly. He'll read sentence by sentence. He'll read and we repeat. He reads, we repeat. And we do that all the way through the passage. And then we follow that with three simple questions. First, what do we learn about God in this passage? And we'll discuss that for a bit. And then the second question is, what do we learn about man? What do we learn about the people in the passage? Now this would also include other beings like angels or demons or just others. What do we learn about others from this passage? And then finally, the last question is kind of an application. Having heard this, what should we do or how should we live? Then we'll go over a memory verse together and then pray. And that's it. It's a very simple inductive Bible study. But it's a really good way to model how to study God's Word, how to understand the text. Well, the Bible study starts in about 4 hours, so we're going to get ready and we'll see you there. Okay, so we're on our way to the Bible study. The team wanted to try moving it to a different place. The Yetfa people live in various places around town, and they wanted to try a place that's a little more central to see if more people would be able to come. So we're going to go see and see what God does. That's just a quick peek at the second Yetfa Bible study here in Sintani, and obviously we're in a very different place, and even though we had more people, it was a bit of a challenge because we were spread out between two connecting rooms, and that made it difficult during the discussion time. And we'll continue to adjust and see what works best. But we ended the Bible study with a memory verse, and in Yetfa it says this: Salano narikalaw nam sele alatet maidoke awasanoti yariate tilulut Salano nanelte wiano tao ponimete lute. Now that's taken from Genesis chapter 3 verses 8 and 9, and it says, and on that day in the evening time God came. God came walking through the garden, and he called out to the man saying, where are you? And we ended with that thought that even though we're sinners, even though we do the things God tells us not to do, he still comes. He comes for us and he calls out to us. Now, I want to take just a minute to introduce you to one of my really good friends, Jeri Anni. Okay, I want to introduce my friend Jeri. Jeri and I have been working together for over 10 years. And Jeri's married to Rosmina, and they have 6 children. Their oldest is Stephanie, and then Rita, and Lazarus, and Abigail, Angel, and their youngest is Jeffrey. Jeri was saved in 1999, and he began working with us, or technically we began working with him in 2010, and Jeri helped us to learn the Yetfa language, and in 2012 Jeri began working as a Bible translator. I wish we had more time for you to get to know Jeri a little bit better. Back when we were translating the oral Bible stories, he told me, before we started translating, I really did trust Jesus. He said, but it was like my house was built on a single foundation pole and it was unsteady. He said, but every story we translate has been like adding a pole to my house. And he says, and now my house is stable. Jeri is a diligent worker, and he's very detail-oriented, which is great for a Bible translator. But he's also just hilarious and been really fun to work with. I ask you to pray for Jeri. Obviously he's involved in ministry, but he's also got 6 kids, and being a father of 6 children is a lot of work. Jeri wants the best for his kids. He wants them to have a good education, to be healthy and safe, and mostly to grow up to follow Jesus. So pray for him. Also, please pray for the Bible study location, that we can find the best place that's both convenient for people to come and also conducive for study. Next week, we'll be looking at the Tower of Babel and God's promise to Abraham from Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 through 9, and chapter 12, verses 1 through 7. We'll see you then. Thanks for praying.